Hello adventurers, it's your man Zero here, your favorite hero. Guys, in this one we're going to go over Layla. I do have this character in the test server, so I want to jump in and take a look at her, give you guys the suggested path for the rank ups, and just talk about her in general. Let's check it out. All right, so here is Layla in all of her glory. Layla in general is a very, very strong defensive unit, though she is not the best. She is ranked somewhere around T2 in some of the tier lists that I've seen. And that means that Kokoa is still going to be like your prominent defensive unit because she is still T0, even in a little bit in the later game. That said, let's hop in and actually go over her trait really quickly because I think that you might find it very interesting. Her main trait is she gains block and can also block magical attacks. So that's something that is very, very interesting. She's able to do swap even when a magical attack is being used. And she performs preempt on enemies in front and to the side within 2 tiles of the character before they actively attack. At the end of the turn, if the character is within the enemy's threat range, she gains Iris Vanguard, which lasts until the start of the next turn. So when it comes to Iris Vanguard, what's that? Well, it's a buff that increases your damage dealt by 40% when attacking, ignores 20% of the target's defensive stats. And also her magic defense is increased by 15% on preempt, and she can deal 40% of damage and can trigger up to 2 times per round. So she's able to do basically her preempt twice, which is fantastic. But if you do one of these are what you want to be focusing on in her ranks. All right, guys, so we are here in our character upgrade screen, and you can see that I've already selected the abilities that are going to be the ones that you want to focus on. We'll go over them really quickly so you can see kind of like what they do. On the very first rank 1, we have Code Defense, which for every ally within 2 tiles of the character, her defense is increased by 10% for up to 40%. So of course, that means 4 characters need to be around her, and her defense increases quite dramatically at 40%. That's big. And especially once you get to rank 3 and you get this ability here, which is a instant support ability, which teleports all of the allies around from 4 tiles around her and brings them closer to her proximity, which means that her defense goes up again by 40% if all the characters are still, in game. She also gains assisting cover and block enhancement 2 once this is applied. She also inflicts comrades for 2 turns on the enemy, and what that does is it inflicts passive skills off and attack down 2 on the target. Very good. It says 1 turn, but it says 2 turns here. So, which is it? I'm not sure. We'll see once we start utilizing her in battle. Next up, we got rank 5, and on rank 5, you want to be focusing on Quells of the Tides. So what this is a reaction ability when attacked by a ranged attack from the front or the side, and if the attacker's speed is lower than the character's, Layla dodges all of their attacks, and it can be triggered up to 1 time per round. And when dodging, she deals 60% of physical damage to 1 random target within the 3 to 4 kind of area. So what that means, guys, is even though the bad guy is going to be a little bit further away because they're attacking you from the distance, Layla's going to be able to take that aggression and put it towards someone who is a very close proximity to her, which means that more damage out to the enemies that are going to be affecting you like in 1 or 2 turns, right? So super strong ability. Make sure you have this one equipped. Next up, let's go up to 7. And 7, you can see here, guys, we have 2. We have both of these selected. This is the one where you want to be focusing on putting one of your Castilia so that way you get both of these skills. For the first one, we're going to talk about the Night Crimson, which of course is her aura ability, which for all Night Crimson character allies on the battlefield, they get an increase of 10% of damage, 20% of defense, and damage overall in general by 12%. So physical attack is going to be increased by 22% approximately. This is massive. Very good aura skill for her. Next, we have the Cloud Slash. So this is an AoE attack that she has, and it deals 3 hits of 25% physical damage to all enemies within a 2-tile radius period. So that's actually quite big, and she applies Vulnerable Down. Vulnerable Down does last for 2 turns when this is applied, and she gains Iris Vanguard and Slash Clean. So if you're wondering what those are, well, so Iris Guard is the buff where it increases her damage output by 40% and ignores 20% of the target's defenses when she's attacking them. And for Slash Clean, the attack method of the trait changes. So Force Alert increases by 1 tile and increases the amount of times it can happen by 1. Once those are all used up, the trait then reverts back. This cannot be interrupted or immunized. Very strong. Next up, we got rank 9. On rank 9, you want to be focusing on Sword of the Staff. So this is a basic attack. So these, of course, both of these are the basic attacks. And this one deals 75% physical damage. But before attacking, if the target has 3 or more debuffs placed upon them, which, as you can imagine, when it comes to the Knight Crimson group, they apply a lot of debuffs. So you will probably have all of these guys debuffed to the max. So more than likely, you are going to be able to benefit from this additional attack, where you'll be dealing attack 2 more times of 35% per attack. So very, very good. Versus, I'll show you what the other one looks like. The other one is just a basic attack of 100 or 100%. Is just a basic attack which deals 100% and dispels 2 of the debuffs. And dispels 2 of the buffs that are on the target. So pretty solid, but definitely the Sword of the Staff is going to be the one that is a stronger one that you want to get. And finally, guys, we are at rank 11. And rank 11, you have 2 different abilities. The one you don't want to get is going to be the Battlefield Transversal, which of course just gives you that additional benefit against Scorched Tiles. Who really cares about Scorched Tiles? It doesn't really affect us that much. And the one you want to focus on is going to be Encounter Stance, which is 40% of the character's magical defense is added to their P attack, and HP is increased by 10% at the start of the battle. So the first time around, HP immediately hops up. So very solid. And that's what you want to focus on when it comes to her skill abilities. She looks like a fantastic unit, very good, especially with like DPS units, because of course she's going to be able to bring them in closer and actually get closer to the enemy, use her instant skill which brings them closer, get that defense up, be able to protect all of them. Very good defensive unit. Surprising that she is actually just at T2. Let's hop and actually take a look at what weapons are suggested for Layla. So when it comes to her weapon, you can focus on putting on the Cornucopia Dagger, which of course is not our free-to-play friendly dagger, right? We want to be focusing on what we can actually get without spending any moolah, and that is going to be the Newborn Blade. This is the weapon that you're going to be equipping onto this character, as it will definitely benefit them due to the HP increase, especially at the start of her turn, right? So she's going to have quite a bit of HP. Definitely the one you want to put on. As for her accessory, you got 3 different options. One of them is going to be, of course, her new accessory, her character specific one, the Shield of Justice. So I did go pick this up on the trial just because I did want to see, or on the test server, because I wanted to see like if it's any good. And well, it's pretty solid. So when having a physical shield, she increases her attack and defense by 6%. And at the start of the turn, she gains a physical shield equal to 50% of her physical defense. So that's the one that I'm going to be equipping. Now, when it comes to the tarot card, again, you have 3 different options. You have, of course, the Tower, which of course increases the when it's not your turn. So when she does her retaliatory attacks, she is going to be benefiting quite a bit from the Tower. Also, of course, because she has quite a decent amount of AoE attacks, the Dream of the Magician is going to be really, really solid as well. And as of course, when you start clearing out enemies, I don't know if I have it here, but the Devil card is going to be really, really good for you as well. So all in all, I would actually say the Tower is probably best suited for her. And really, that's it for this video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Hopefully you got some good information about Layla, and it helps you decide if this is a character that you really want to go for. Now, I personally am going to be skipping Layla. I'm going to be, I went pretty hard on Tristan. It was quite painful. It was at about 114 pulls, not including the 20 that I had previously. So 134 pulls. My God, that was very, very painful. I was resorting to single pulls. So definitely check out that video and wish me luck for next time, because I'm going to need it. And yeah, I would say Layla, skip. Have a good one, guys. Take care of yourselves. Be well, adventurers. And please make sure to like, sub, and subscribe. Take care.